South Sudan's army has recaptured the last state capital in rebel hands. The military says it defeated a 15,000-strong rebel army in Bor in Jonglei state. The conflict in South Sudan has raged for weeks between forces loyal to President Salva Kiir and his former deputy Riek Machar. The fighting may come to an end as a government spokesman said a ceasefire agreement may be signed on Monday. Let's go live to Al Jazeera's Jamal Elshayyal, who joins us live from Juba, the South Sudanese capital. Jamal, tell us first about what the government's been saying about the situation in Bor.
Well, Foley, the spokesperson for the SPLA armed forces, they are essentially the de facto army of South Sudan, or the government of South Sudan, spoke to members of the press and media just in the past hour, and he said that after 3 key battles that his forces undertook with forces loyal to former Vice President Riek Machar in the town of Bor, they have finally managed to capture it. Now, this is significant in that this leaves only one remaining stronghold for Riek Machar's forces and the rebel troops aligned with him, and that is the town of Malakal. We spoke to, or parts of the town of Malakal rather, because the government says that they control the northern parts, and it is only the southern part of that town that remains in rebel hands. So it seems that the government is insisting it does have the upper hand when it comes to the military struggle, and that's why it then moved on to say that it hopes to reach a political solution in the coming days.
Right, and we know that those peace negotiations or ceasefire talks are happening in the Ethiopian capital, Addis Ababa. What's the latest on that? The government, on the one hand, is saying that they hope to reach an agreement very soon. What about the rebels? What about Riek Machar's supporters? What are they saying?
Well, it's a very peculiar situation, Foley, because the presidential spokesperson said that essentially what was the stumbling block in achieving this ceasefire, which is the release of political detainees by the government, those detainees being the allies of Riek Machar, has now been separated from the peace negotiations, saying that they would be negotiated on their own and that a ceasefire agreement will be agreed upon separately. And what's confusing about that is then what essentially are the advantages for the rebels to sign such an agreement if their main demand has been separated. In terms of what their response is to that announcement that a deal will be signed in a few days, we are yet to hear from them. However, the government and the presidential spokesperson, as I say, it sounded very confident that that deal will be signed by Monday maximum, he said.